the deal. We are in Milwaukee for the 120th anniversary. Hardy has some bikes for us, and we don't know what Lurch is riding.
No, I have no idea.
Might be a Vespa.
Whatever.
Might be a Vespa.
Beggars can't be choosers.
There it is, Lurch.
The trade.
The trade. We need to get there. Get in here. Get in here with me, dude.
It's kind of hard.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go. You got to keep it moving.
Oh my God, dude. You just got Jesus up, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Look at that beauty. I picked the Breakout. Ever since it came out, I've wanted to ride this thing and check it out. It's definitely gorgeous. Oh, that's pretty. 114 in it, nice. Road King Special. It's always nice to ride something different than you usually ride, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Hardy, for hooking Lurch up.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
What's your name?
My name is Rene. Came from Mexico.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
I appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Sharif.
Sharif, where you
They
from?
call me Gunny. I'm out of Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Gunny. Yeah. I can imagine where that nickname came from. Maybe.
Marine Corps.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for serving.
Yes, sir. Oh, it's good. Thank you for service.
Take care.
Appreciate y'all.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Just getting out of the HD Museum area. I'm on the Breakout, and I've been riding this bike. Hardy hooked me up with this bike while I was down here. I wanted to check it out. So yeah, I've been riding it around the Milwaukee area for several days now for getting everywhere I need to get to cover things. So I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on this bike. It's a real quick down and dirty review, if you will, but I just want to give you my overall thoughts about how it feels, how it rides, if I've enjoyed my time on it and stuff like that. It feels good to start riding and get some airflow, and God, it's hot and muggy down here, and they're just packed at the HD Museum area for this 120th. Awesome to see all the people, everybody that's taken the time to say hi to me and shake my hand. I'm always humbled by that, and just a regular guy, and I love meeting bikers from all over, so thank you to everybody for doing that. Lurch up in front of me there, Hardy hooked him up with the Road King there, and make sure you check into the Law Abiding Biker podcast. He's going to be giving his thoughts and review of riding that thing all around. Oh my God, if you guys didn't know, I've been riding around for 2 days. Milwaukee roads, sorry Milwaukee, your roads suck. I mean, every road that we ride on is crazy, bumpy and cracks, and I mean man-sized potholes. Here, speaking of the suspension on this bike, it's not, I didn't get to adjust it just for me. These bikes are obviously, people are using them, and so take it with a grain of salt. I feel like they adjust it obviously for a average size rider. It's not bad at all. It's what you would expect for kind of stock suspension. It's not going to be just premium frickin' suspension. Let's get it out of the way. This is not a touring bike, this Breakout, but it is badass looking. I'm not going to lie to you there. Like, I definitely feel at least 5 years younger riding this bad boy. I mean, yeah, it's fun. No fairing, no windshield, obviously, just knees in the breeze. So what I'm saying is it's not going to be set up for touring, obviously. You're not going to ride this thing super long distance. I would not suggest it for that. But for, just looking cool and hauling ass and having something that has a little bit different style than a lot of the bikes out there. Honestly, I parked this at a lot of events here in Milwaukee, and it gets a lot of looks, but there's not a lot of them parked everywhere, so it stands out for sure. If you want to stand out, this is the one. And obviously it's got the big fat tire look, that chopper look. It's a 240 millimeter if I remember correctly. Of course, you've got that big front wheel, 21-inch wheel, 19 in the back, I believe. So it's got a really cool look, obviously, just with the wheels, the tires. Coming out the side, you've got that big air intake, making it look like more of a custom bike.
Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you want.
Project,
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Damn!
Shake it down, down. Shake it down. Shake it down, down. Shake it down. Shake it down, down. Shake it down. Shake it down, down. Shake it.
Damn! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa! This ain't what you want.
project,
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
You've got the Milwaukee 8 117 in it, and we all know about that motor. Obviously, I'm not going to spec that out. It's an amazing, motor. So it feels like bikes with the Milwaukee 8. We've done lots of reviews on those motors. So out the right side, you've got true dual exhaust coming off the headers. All the controls are kind of what we expect. As far as the typical HD controls. Like I said, I'm not going to get too crazy with this bike here, but cable clutch over here. Now it's got the drag bars you see up front. That's just me. It's a cool look. I've never been a huge fan of these type, drag bars that kind of curve back, but they're fun and they make you feel cool and you can hang on tight, but it leans me forward and I'm 5'8", so sitting in a normal position, my arms are locked out. I don't know if you can see my arms there, but they're pretty locked out. Maybe just a slight bend, but so for me, it arches my back a little bit. I don't like that. It's just because of the way it's set up, the rider triangle. Again, for me, but that can all be changed with aftermarket bars and your own seat. And we've got our awesome handlebar install videos, of course. Do it yourself, save yourself a ton of money. I'll link to those videos in the description below. It doesn't matter what Harley you have, we've got you covered with a do it right in your own shop, guaranteed. I think this is Baja Orange. I believe it comes in metallic silver. If not, I'll put it on the screen. Vivid black and matte black, I believe. Denim black, I guess, is what they call it. Just kind of a old school gas cap over here on the side. This is all just a dash panel down in here. Interestingly, it's not mid controls. You can see my feet are, cranked out. I notice on the bike it is coming with passenger pegs. This stock seat is set for 2 up, so plenty of power. Like I say, it's the Milwaukee 8 that we're all used to, so it's fun to rip it. And like I've said many times on the Milwaukee 8, I'm right up at like 3,700, 35, like even a little higher than that, like around 4,000. Comes alive. That's where your power band is. High RPM there. Yeah, she'll throw you back in the saddle there. What we've come to expect with this Milwaukee 8 motor. Now down here you've got all your gauges. It's very limited down here, so you can do different settings on it over here on the bar by flipping through trip odometer and all that. I have it so it's showing my RPMs, but they're digital. It's not like a gauge, which I much prefer when I'm ripping on bikes to kind of know where I'm at. But nonetheless, speed down there right now, you can see in there gas. One thing I'll say is because it's on drag bars, you definitely have to look down at it, but you could still, I'm looking at it, glancing down, but I'm still looking up at the road. Again, it's stripped down. It's for, whatever you want to call it, bar hopping and cruising around in town and looking cool and small rides. And if you guys want to check out any of the gear that I'm wearing during this trip, riding gear, protective, that I recommend and wear myself, I'll link to it in the description below. Definitely helps support me if you click through, make a purchase. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out. It's kind of cool. The license plate sticks out to the side on this bike, and several times when I'm walking around the bike and getting back on, I hit it with my knee. It's just kind of in the way. But the nice thing is it's got a spring on it. It's literally spring loaded, and it just bends right out of the way so that you don't bend it and just completely screw up your knee and all that. But it's a ripper of a bike. I mean, it's I believe coming in at like 680 some pounds wet, so a lot of motor for a light bike, which obviously helps with performance, braking, acceleration. I will say, if you've never ridden a fat tire bike before, it's a totally different experience. Like, it's not ideal, it's a look. Like, if you're going to be really aggressively carving corners, and you really like a really agile bike that you can really transition back and forth, a fat tire is just not gonna be it for you. Like when I put input on these bars like I'm putting right now on my hand, it takes a lot to get this bike to respond and get over where, you know, something with narrower tires you could just push with your fingers or one finger and the bike really moves for you. Fat tires are, I mean, it's obvious why it does that. It's a big fat tire. I mean, it goes without saying, but not a hugely maneuverable bike. With that said, for a fat tired bike, the way they have it set up with the frame and the wheels, it actually does way better than I thought. So props to Harley for that. It's not that you can't carb, you can still corner. You're gonna work harder, and it's not gonna be that really, really aggressive cornering feel like you would get on a different bike with, you know, thinner tires. So just know what you're getting and what you're getting it for. And, you know, there's a bike for everybody. That's what's so cool. It's beautiful to look at. It'll definitely get you some looks, especially if you trick it out a little bit, customize it, make it your own. And sorry that it's all just, usually I hit cornery roads and beautiful scenery for you guys. I'm literally fitting this review right in Milwaukee in between about 1,000 other things I have to cover while I'm down here. But hopefully some of the information and my experience with bikes will help you decide if it's something you want to, you know, something you want to get. I will say one thing about this bike. It has like a lot of vibration in the bars, like more than a lot of other Harleys that I ride. If you like feedback, this bike's giving a lot of feedback, both in shifting, motor, idling, acceleration. It's giving me a lot of feedback. It reminds me of some of my older Harleys that had a lot of vibration. And I don't mean like really severe vibration from the motor shaking like when you're stopped, but a very much fast vibrations from the motor going into my hand, in my throttle hand for sure right now. It's a ripper, you're gonna feel it. I would not want that much vibration for long distance riding. Definitely not, it's too much for me, and that's just my opinion. But for normal quick day rides and running around and ripping, absolutely it's fine. And it's gonna feel like a Harley, I will tell you that. Like older Harleys and, you know, not the more refined touring bikes. It's gonna feel like more like a chopper, if you will. It's got a nice intake, but obviously, you know, Harley has to produce production bikes with specific exhaust and catalytic converters and all that junk. So it's tamed down as far as it sounds. I bet it sounds really nice. We know the Milwaukee L8 sounds great. If you, I would pipe it out like immediately, and then put a tuner on it and go. Look over there. I made Lurch carry my backpack. He's so nice, taking care of me, so I could do this quick bike review. I didn't want the backpack on while I was riding this thing. I don't look as cool, right? I look so cool. Probably not. If you guys are wondering, it's a low bike. Like, I'm 5'8", and not only am I flat-footed, but I've got a huge bend in my knees, so with the seat and the way everything is, definitely if you're a shorter rider, you're not going to have a problem getting flat-footed. This is where it's at for sure. The party is here at Veterans Park. Look at the bikes here. Literally, guys, you think it's going to end, it doesn't. It just keeps going and going, both sides. It's awesome to see. All right, I'm popping a couple videos on the screen here for you. Hopefully something useful or entertaining. Heck, maybe both. At any rate, when you're done watching videos, get out there and ride every chance you get, bikeaholics. Peace.